Good morning. Me and Alfie are in Donegal today, and you haven't climbed any mountains in Donegal, sure you haven't? No. So we've walked about 5 kilometres so far just to get to the bottom of the mountain that we're climbing, and that is Errigal, which you can see there, and that's the north side of Errigal, which is the opposite side to the path that's been built. So I've been up this way a couple of times before. Alfie hasn't. It's quite an adventurous sort of climb up along the scree slope, sort of hands at times, and we haven't met one other person so far. Sure, we haven't. We've seen
just deer.
We've seen some deer. We've seen loads of people up the top, so we know it'll be busy up the top when we get up. So it's been a bit of a trudge in along a bog road and through lots of peat hags. So we're looking forward to getting on the stone and getting up to the top of Errigal. And then the plan is to head over the next 2 hills and drop down to Lough Altan and camp down there beside the beach. That's the plan.
What's that rock?
We're well on our way up, and you can see the views, which are just absolutely stunning. Still a wee bit to go. Look at that. Just absolutely beautiful.
There's ravens.
Okay, we've literally just about maybe 30 metres to the top. So what was that climb like up the north face of Errigal?
It was like climbing Mount Everest.
In what way? What do you mean?
Really rocky and hard. You had to use your hands and knees and everything and your eyes.
And yes, you use everything. Your eyes are important to use, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty steep. I haven't been up this way in maybe 4 or 5 years, and I don't have a head for heights at all. So it just brought back to me again. It's a steep way to come up. And we met 2 other people on the way up. We've sort of been chatting to there from Derry, but that's again the only other 2 people, and this is a Sunday on a bank holiday weekend. So I thought there'd be a lot more people maybe trying this side out, but not the case today. Yeah.
Too lazy.
No. Well, maybe people don't know about it, or it was tricky, wasn't it? It was tricky. Yeah. Was there anything you found particularly difficult?
Yeah, trying to get up that little bit with all the rocks.
That was really steep, that last bit. What was it like going through the window? The window were rock.
Hard because the rock nearly hit someone.
Yes, she dislodged a rock, and it sort of tumbled down. Yeah, so that's another sort of thing to be aware of, But we're nearly at the top. The sun has come out, which is absolutely fantastic. So we're getting a bit of light over on the surrounding hills and mountains. So that bodes well for the rest of the day. Well, you sticking your tongue out. Caught on there, weren't you? Yeah. And our camp, which again is down at Altan Lough. we've made it. Alfie, this is your first mountain in Donegal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, and it's the highest in Donegal, so well done.
Whoa.
Yeah, and there's just more superb views up here. Quite a lot of people about, which is what you would expect. That's down over towards Sleeve Snacht. On the other side of the Derryveagh is one of my favourite areas for walking, up through the Poison Glen. And there's some really cool light then down over Altan Lough and over towards the Aghla, so that's why we're heading. And we better get a shake on because it's 3:30. Coming down this path on the southern side is quite a bit different from the north side. Fantastically well constructed path, and loads of people have come up and down, so making such an iconic mountain really accessible. The plan was to head over Magnocht. I think time isn't on our side, so we're probably going to have to skirt around the side and go over Behe and then drop down to Loch Altan and the campsite, just to get there and have plenty of time to get set up and chill out before it gets dark. Good evening. We've reached Altan Lough, a stunning place, always is, and it is today as well. Now there are a number of other people here up at the old farmhouse where I would usually camp. There's 4 tents up there, so we've come up to the opposite end of the beach, and we're actually just camped on the beach, which I think is quite cool. Lovely and sheltered down in here as well. There's hardly a breath of air, but the air that's here is quite cool. So we've had some tea. We'll get something to eat. We've got the tent up. If you can see the tent, Alfie's in there already. Yeah, just on the beach. So hopefully that'll work out okay. But we'll get something to eat here and just chill out.
Sorry, but I told you magic wouldn't work. Perhaps you should see the elf doctor.
Good morning from Altan Lough. Not much sun about this morning. a wee bit of a breeze. There's birds singing, which is really cool. Last night was quite a relaxed and chilled night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very calm, wasn't it? There was hardly any wind or anything, and it wasn't too cold, I suppose, with the cloud cover. And we still get those sort of leaden grey skies. That's where the tent was last night. So there's quite a beach here, and you could probably get about 100 tents along it, but that wouldn't be maybe too good an experience, I think, if there's that many people about. And as I say, there was about four tents up at the far end of the beach, and that was a good distance away, so that was no bother at all for us, and hopefully we weren't a bother for them. So this morning we've two options, as I think I said. We can either go along the edge of the loch, or we can climb up Aghla Beg and over to Aghla More and drop down. I think Alfie's preferring the easier route. Is that still the case? Is it?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, we'll see. It's a wee bit of a climb up the Aghla Beg.
If we went along the loch, could we like explore that lake across there?
It was quite wet along the loch, but if we want to go that way, we can go that way. If you don't want to have the big climb this morning, sure, whatever way, it's all good adventure. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll finish packing and we'll decide what the plan is going to be. I've had my way, so I think Alfie was quite set on taking the easier path, but I near off bribed him, saying we'd missed the two mountains out yesterday, taking the shortcut. So we're climbing up Aghla Beg. Not an easy climb for him or me, but fantastic views over the Errigal. And just, I always find when you're maybe lower down, when you're looking up at a mountain you've been on, you're wondering, wow, was I actually up there? That's really cool. And we've got the views out to the other side of the Derryveagh, with cloud touching the top of Sleeve's Neck, and over to Derryveagh Mountain there. So we're just following the side of the forest and this fence line up to the top. So we've had to do a bit of compromising. We're going to do one Aghla, which is Aghla Beg, and we've actually just done that. Alfie doesn't feel like doing the other two, so that's okay. I think he's done quite well in getting up here, and you can see the stunning views over Altan Lough, over to Macnocht and Errigal. And it was really cool on the way up. Who did we meet on the way up?
Guy from America. I think he's from California.
Yep, what was he saying?
Talking about that he would run like the 12 thingy, and it only took him 3 hours and 40 minutes, and it took Jared 11 hours.
Yeah, the 12 bands. Yeah, it definitely took me 12, well, nearly 12 hours.
And he done it in 3 hours 40 minutes.
That's so good. He was definitely a runner, wasn't he? He was from California,
Yeah.
from Mammoth in California. So.
And he was talking about Trump, the president.
Yes, he wasn't too sure about Trump. What do you think about Trump?
He's alright. He's better than Kamala.
He's better than Kamala Harris. Okay, no worries. Well, enough politics. So that's us up over Aghla Beg. We're downhill all the way down to the side of Altan Lough. We'll ford the river back to where we parked. We're down off Aghla More. I have been calling it Aghla Beg all day, so it is Aghla More. I've done that before. So we're back down at Altan Lough, and lovely view there back over towards Errigal. And that's the way we went up yesterday. So it was quite a steep drop off Aghla More, so our legs are feeling it a wee bit, aren't they? So we're just chilling out here just beside Altan Lough, and the car's just over there, so literally it's only maybe 10-15 minutes. So this has been a trip of about 20k and about 1100 meters of climbing. Quite a good trip. I think my favourite thing, always love going up the side of the north side of Errigal, even though it scares the bejesus out of me, just because I don't have that head for heights. And I don't think there was anything it didn't, but if it had a bit more sunshine, it would have been really nice, just to sort of give a wee bit more light and colour to the sort of landscape. Although it hasn't been too bad. There's been very, very sharp, if cool. So, Alf, what was the thing that you liked most about the trip?
Climbing through the big rock, the window.
Up on the north side of Errigal, climbing through the window, yeah, okay. Anything you didn't particularly like?
And down that.
Okay, I don't think you liked going up it this morning either. No, so didn't particularly like going up or down Aghla More. But we're down and you've done it, so well done. That's pretty cool. That's 2 mountains, and you were very close to 4 other mountains, but they just didn't come off this time. Maybe next time. So it's been really good to be out with Alfie, and first time we've been out camping in Donegal. We've already camped in the Mourns, haven't we?
We have camped in Donegal before, in Carrickfinn.
Oh yes, but we sort of weren't up in the mountains or anything, sure we weren't. So the first time really in the mountains in Donegal, and it's been quite a good trip. So I'm sure we'll be back again, yeah? Okay, so I'll see you again. Bye bye.